Okay, my name is Belaya and I from third Affirmative and about ban smoking. Why I agree ban smoking. Okay, the standard of human right forever and after shall always be under universal value and perspective. Indeed, is it the truth that every community and every individual has their own body anatomy right and personal sovereignty to decide what's the best for them. But we believe that a good government is a government that never allows freedom of speech and aggression that is without limits, because a good government should ensure that this freedom classes. Certainly, there are several classes that have in this discussion today. Whether or not the rehabilitative approach is justifiable to endorse a positive new value to replace the previous negative value. And the next, whether or not the government shall uphold a harmless rational education by intervening when the society harm themselves, or should the government support a harmful irrational education by deciding just to stay behind the grand society basic. Now let's move to the class. Whether or not attribute and the rehabilitative approach justifiable to endorse a positive new value to replace the previous negative value. Rationality versus irrationality. We believe that the process rationality is determined from the capability of the individual to leave aside his personal feeling and put his logic above anything, weighing harm and the risk. And his logic is being blinded by his personal feeling than the education, but may he should no longer have a qualification to be considered as a rational education. If this is being ignored by government, then the rationality definition among the society will be developed to more negative way that will the populist policy to put logic behind and put personal feeling in front of anything else, which will be considered a process rationality. Irrationality will be led this individual to perform a supplication toward their basic human right. In this case, we still strongly believe that a violation of human right is still a violation of human right. No matter blindly happy you are sacrificing your basic human right for the sake respective for perspective of this irrational value, and we believe that will the obligation of the government to stop from making poor irrational decisions toward your life. And next, the government role a rational authority. Does this mean the government has no respect to the diversity of value among of the society? The government is an important actor whose action shall determine the development of a nation to be led in positive or negative way. This performance is due to government should make a dedication, construct a rational calculation, and ensure only a rational, reasonable measure responsible or at least less harmful value a society that should pass it by the government official regulation allow purposes of the country for providing of better welfare for level society is mean. Under this process rational calculation, the government as authority has right side on which right is less harmful and more important, and we believe that individual basic human right over health life far more important to be prioritized by the government. Now let's move second point, contention. Government has obligation has seen society change to a better cause that provides more protection of human rights rather than letting society feel happy by harming their basic right and expecting society to realize about in the change the value someday, which only God knows when. Top down pursue top to policy. There are two categories of which country will they value or even government system. The first category is the transformation that happen from the top government top the society, and the second is transformation that happen from the bottom the society to the top the government. To the bottom the government transformation happen when the society see their government violates the basic right of citizens. Example, by the imprison the executing the citizen with any fair legal basis. The case mostly happen Middle East country, while there are many government that are being toppled down the society because of the heavy violation of human rights was committed by government to the citizen. To put it simple, government has to violate its obligation as a government. Meanwhile, to the top government, to the top bottom society, transformation happens when the society who committed a communal practice then eventually harming the property of the basic right, even though the society say the basic of the value of culture, but as a rational authority, the government shall stop the society keep harming itself by doing their harmful personal choice activity. And the next how up to down policy is more legitimate and justiciable. Our model of purpose adopt the second prong transformation, which is the top government and the top society is mean sometimes, and even most of the time the government cannot just expect that society will transfer previous all the value and bet someday, which only God knows when the whole long process will take. A body after which consists of the best professional and high quality individual in all governmental department, and government has professional capacity proportional calculation on the harm and benefit analysis to decide whether or not a certain value of the society needs to preserve or replace with a new and better one.